The blue bloods, the royal bloodline, the spiritual wickedness in high places. Belus, Baal, blue. Nimrod, the ziggurat, Babylon, the Tower of Babylon. But are we all not blue bloods? In the Garden of Eden, Adam, it means red, right? Adam made from the red clay, but it also linked to blood because it was by the blood, right? When Adam and Eve were in sin, the wages of sin is death. God had mercy on them. He did the sacrifice, and the blood spilt forth, and Adam went forth to live by the blood, by the red. And so when the blue is spilt forth, when the air touches it, it becomes red. God called David and Israel, when they were faithful, he called them red and ruddy because they were without sin before him. They were as covered by the blood the blood on the altar for the atonement of sin. The blood is the life. The life pays for the sin. The wages of sin is death. And so are we all not blue bloods? And we all not of the flesh? And by the seed of Adam, were we all not born into sin? I myself was a child of transgression, a seed of falsehood. And I was appointed to destruction, but the love and grace of the Father in the Son fell upon me. So the world reveals the deceiver, the cursed, the arur, right, the serpent in a physical form. Because the world wants you to believe that you are condemned by the physical, when it is the spiritual. God's word is spiritual. His word is a living word. It is light, it is truth, and it is life. And so this idea of reincarnation, right, it stems from the idea that the wicked can go into an evil spirit that live for millennia, right, that go to and fro in the earth as wind, as breath, and that they can live in them. But it is the spirit that goes into you. You don't go into the spirit. The spirit goes into the head to rule over them. But there is still their spirit and the evil spirit. They don't join together. And when they die, the spirit goes out of them. When they become dry, the spirit goes to the wet places. It goes to another body. And so the pharaohs, the kings of Egypt, the house of evil, they had evil spirits that ruled over them. And by the will of the spirit, they mummified them with liquids so that the spirit could go into the liquid, the wet, in peace. But by the will of God, who says the wicked will not obtain unto rest from their labors, the tombs and the sarcophaguses were broken up. And so they show this reincarnation as an eight, right? Because the sun makes an eight path, and the sun is the lake of fire. And so that you will go to the lake of fire in the presence of the wicked spirits who will be there with you, but you will not live with them. And, the serpent, it uses its forked tongue to gather scent and to draw. And it uses the forked tongue to lure prey, like mimicking a worm to attract frogs. And so Egypt, one of the first plagues was frogs. And Moses turned the staff into a serpent. And God sent them the angel of death to destroy it, because this is all what they worshipped, right? And they worshipped it in lies. And so by lies were they in darkness, separated from truth, that the spiritual word that is light and truth and life. And so by lies, right, they were given to what they worship, which is the destroyer, the angel of death who came upon them. That's why in the end times, there are three frogs like evil spirits, right? Because the first last, the last first, that go out to deceive the world. And so the world wants you to think, right? The Kabbalah tree, a genealogy tree, like a seed tree, physical, that it's physical when it is spiritual. We wrestle against spiritual wickedness in high places, not a bloodline in high places. And so the deceiver wants to deceive you, right? So even Cain himself, who was the serpent's seed, God said to him, "Why are you angry and why is your face fallen? If you do well, will you not be accepted? And if you do not do well, sin is crouching at your door." Crouching, right? Like, it spread forth like the serpent, right? Like a snake, like a rolling fog, a dark cloud. And so the serpent seed himself was not condemned by his bloodline or his genealogy. He was condemned for his sin. The Lord, Mary Magdalene, healed of evil spirits, 7 devils. And she went out and was a faithful servant unto the Lord, to the light, to the truth. And so the Lord healed her, and so she was not condemned for her genealogy. It wasn't her genealogy that brought forth the evil spirits, or else he couldn't have healed her, or else she would have been condemned. John, if a man say, "I love God," and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he has seen, how can he love God, whom he has not seen? And so Cain, in the presence of God, who saw the glory, the light, the truth of the Father, yet still had no love in him, killed his brother. It was manifested, the love God towards us, because that God sent his only begotten Son in the world that we might live through him. God sent his beloved, his only Son, to come into this world of darkness and suffering and to die a suffering death. That is love. God is love. He that loveth not knoweth not God, for God is love. Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone that loveth is born of God and knoweth God. And so when the suffering comes, the world will reveal itself, right? They plan evil in their hearts. They run to do evil. They're desperately sick, double heart. They speak lies to one another. And so the wicked will seek to their own houses. The wicked love those that love them. The wicked will go to their private places in darkness under their dark understanding, raging against the truth. And so if there is love in you, right, you will see the world for what it is. And you will know, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. And so when the deceiver, Satanist, the accuser, goes forth and deceives Gog and Magog, who are in the 4 quarters of the earth, throughout the earth, this is children of wickedness. The children of Babylon are children of confusion, children of the flesh, given over to fornication, given over to pride of life, given over to the love of money, given over to the love of the physical. They are yet not children of spiritual wickedness. There is hope for them. And so when the suffering to come, may it give you a heart of flesh, that you may be a child of love and come to know the lies of the world and turn to the truth that is the Son of God.